the NFL on EA Sports.
Time for a much-needed and is back. Here we go. Week 1 takes this about 5 yards deep. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
Now Wilson on first down. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A gain of 12.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Greg Olsen was the intended target. 3rd down here. To throw is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is taken around the 12. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here now the first carry is a Falcon for the man coming home to Georgia, Todd Gurley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
1 yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. This defense, of course, well aware of what Todd Gurley can do from his days in the NFC West. They had the game plan ways to stop him for 5 years as a member of the St. Louis and then later the L.A. Rams. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And here's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The quick slant caught. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now following the touchdown, Hoff Richter to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
3rd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7, Seahawks nothing.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. He gives it off to Carson, powering forward. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Complete.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He finds his running back, Hyde. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this 1st half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
The average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick 6. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards of the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage lost, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A good return there, 17 yards. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. K.J. Wright, the one who shot in there to get him down.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 2nd and 13, Ryan, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
At their own 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
That one goes for 24 yards. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
He's across.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan, a slant to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he's taken down inside the 30. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
It's a gain of 10. And the Seahawks
on first down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
17. Falcons 7.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Falcons take over 1st and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He dumps it to Hyde. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. That is caught at the 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will do it for this first. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Benson Mayowa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, and Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones has averaged 90 receiving yards per game every season since 2013. And when you factor in that every game plan calls for them double and triple covering him, yet he's still putting up those kind of numbers, that tells you the excellence of Julio Jones.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms. And this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers. But that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there. And not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. And we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And he's he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
11 on the play. First down, Seahawks.
They'll run on first down. Carson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Keanu Neal brought him down. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4. Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays. But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Ryan, airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Ryan's pass.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And right away, he'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Down, Falcon.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one. I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Chris Carson, the Seahawks.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Complete.
Tyler Lockett, 73 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. There he goes, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Dancing to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
At their own 39-yard.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
And result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
The line of scrimmage.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. The left side completion to Jones. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The 2-yard line.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first and goal, Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
His kick.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
Ball carrier.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Intended for
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
complete to
2 veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle first down.
first down.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And that will make this a 4-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Metcalf once again the target. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Wilson.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
An 8-yard pickup.
The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. And a quick throw here. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Wilson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and it's caught.
Wilson.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL. That's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about it getting it done? Proud of it.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done, You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes, if the opening's there. Someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3 apiece. They'd love the score to win it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage there to make the grab. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 4, 1:06 to play. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Greg Olsen. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot for Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Falcons, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home